everyone, and welcome to this week's Sing for Alexis Saturday. We are so incredibly fortunate to have Jessica Lee Golden here from A Chorus Line. I cannot even tell you guys how many times I've watched those videos on YouTube, and so then to connect the dots and be like, wait, this is the same person that we're gonna have. This is the person that I'm going to be on a Zoom with was mind-blowing. So that was insane. We have three amazingly talented singers lined up today to perform, and then we're going to end it with a fun Kahoot. If you're able to stay for that, awesome. If not, no worries at all. We are going to begin by just telling you guys a little bit about ourselves. So I'll start first. Hi, I assume you probably know a little bit about me if you're on this live right now or this Zoom right now, but just in case you maybe don't. Hi, I'm Alexa. I'm 19 years old and currently a sophomore at Ithaca College, where I study music as well as theater. I come from a really musical family, so I was pretty much on a stage and playing piano and a ton of instruments with my family on the bandstand since I was little. And then it wasn't until middle school that I was able to finally take my first voice lesson with a teacher who was actually the vocal director at this performing arts high school. And so she really encouraged me to be able to go to that school, where I actually majored in acting there for 4 years and minored in dance and voice. And during that time, I fell in love with classical training for voice, and so I went on to attend a lot of pre-college programs like Westminster Choir College and Paper Mill Playhouse's Summer Conservatory and Juilliard's pre-college program, where I was able to go and study every Saturday in the city, and Rutgers Musical Theater Academy. So I almost felt like by the time that I was applying for colleges, I had gone through a very conservatory style of training for 4 years, to where I got into teaching and I really got into songwriting my senior year. And so I wanted to, know what goes into a production from the point of view of not just, the person on the stage performing, but if I wanted to produce my own pieces, or if I wanted to really just know all the nitty-gritty parts of performing and what goes into really, like, what goes into music and theater and putting all that together. So that's currently what I do now at Ithaca College, and I post videos on TikTok, which is crazy. We just hit 600,000 followers on that, which is completely mind-blowing. So that's really exciting too. And I'm just so happy to be here and to be able to supply everyone with this opportunity, because I know it's definitely rough right now for performers stuck at home. So if I could even do a little bit to sort of help, get that connection to Broadway and the love of performing while you're sitting in your house, then definitely, you guys know I will always do my best to try to do that. So that is about me. I will now pass it over to Jessica.
Hi, you guys. I'm Jessica Lee Golden. Alexa, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here today with all of you. I'm a Broadway performer. I got my start in dance. I studied theater starting when I was 10. I was a competitive gymnast. I was with New Jersey Ballet Company. I went to the Performing Arts High School in New York, PPAS on 48th Street. I made my professional kind of debut in the national tour Fosse. I then made my Broadway debut as Val in A Chorus Line, closing the production as Cassie. I've done 106 productions, not actually, but it feels like that, of A Chorus Line since. I have gone on to do other Broadway shows like Finding Neverland, Talk of Everlasting, Hello Dolly. And I'm just so excited to be here with you all today.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And we appreciate you being here with us today. So I'm now going to open up the floor for anyone who maybe has any particular questions or anything, either directed at me or Jessica. Michaela.
Hello.
Hi.
Could be from both of you, but like, how do you memorize lines very quickly?
Ooh, well, what I always tend to do is I actually just record the whole script, both the other person's lines and mine, and I sort of try to make it a competition where I say the line before the me on the recording like finishes saying the line, so it's just like kind of second nature in there. That's what I do. I'm not, yeah, I'm not sure what
I love
Jessica does.
that. I've used that technique as well. Sometimes just listening to it again and again and again and understanding the full arc of the scene instead of getting so trapped into what my part in it it is. I've also just, actually in the last few years, I don't like reading the text. I will sit with someone and we will take it off of the page and they will read it, my lines to me. And so the sooner it feels like it's my words coming out of my mouth and not black and white on the page, it's in my head. So that's just something that has helped me in the last few years memorize.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Does anyone else have questions? If you do, you can type them in the chat. Or what we usually do is just kind of wave your hands in front of the camera and we can go and unmute you. Yeah. If not, I always have questions. Oh, Emily.
I was just gonna ask Jessica, what have you been doing during this pandemic to sort of keep that love of performing alive?
So I, before the pandemic hit, I was getting ready to go into rehearsals for something I'm very excited about. I'm about to play a role that I've always wanted to play. I cannot tell you what that is, but I will say it's now a Tony nominated role and I'm going to be playing it on the first national tour. That's all I will say. Very excited. And so I was ready to roll. I was like, I was in the best shape. I was actually doing a production of A Chorus Line at the time. I was playing Cassie in Florida. And so I immediately hit that like, okay, at first it was like, okay, I gotta wait 2 weeks. Remember that? And then now here we are. And I had promised myself that in this last couple years that I was gonna dance as much as I could because I'm going to be 35 and I know I'm only going to be able to hit it for as long as the way I hit it, that I can do that for only so long. So anyway, I promised myself that I would dance as much as I could. And so I've done that. I will get into class during this time in quarantine. I'm taking class, I'm renting studios, I'm creating, I'm choreographing, I'm getting together with new up and coming choreographers, and we are putting stuff on film. I mean, that's an incredible art in itself. And that's something that goes hand in hand with theater now, especially. It's how much, is being taken from stage onto film and vice versa. So anyway, taking a lot of class, staying vocally prepared, just creating, and none of it is for money. Also, very rarely in this business are you doing that thing that's like incredible. Is it about money? Some of the most incredible experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I was in a regional theater making $200, $300, not on a Broadway stage in a big hit musical. So that's just something I want to throw out to everybody. We, make art. It has to be about why we, are doing this in the first place. If you can keep that fresh throughout your career, that's when the magic happens. That's when your legacy is more than just what hit show were you in, right? So if you're creating at home and you're getting into the studio and you're continually trying to improve your craft, that's kind of what I've been doing. And I feel like that fire has been set in me even more during quarantine, because if I had a nickel for every time I was in a show and I was tired and I was thinking, I just wish the world would stop for a second so I could do that thing that I really want to do, or I could get in the studio, or I could go to class, well, it's happened. And so now's the time to do it, right? So anyway, I hope that answers your question a little bit, but lots of creating, lots of collaboration. If anyone asks me, reaches out and says, are you interested in working with so-and-so or doing this thing or putting this on film? I just say yes. And I show up and bring all that I can.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm happy we have this recorded because I feel like I'm going to have to go back and watch these things to get like pumped up. Does anyone else have any questions? You could feel free to give okay, we got a lot. Jessica, do you want to pick? You should be able to hover over and unmute.
Sure, yeah. Is it Jay? Hi, Jay. I don't know. Can I?
Yeah, thank you. I want to, as a question for both of you, what would be like the biggest message you can give your fans?
Oh gosh, mine, at least for me, mine would be don't wait until you feel like you're ready or perfect, or that whatever you're creating is ready or perfect, because that's what I used to do for the longest time, and it resulted in me just not getting anything out. And I think I've learned that it's better to just show up and do the thing and have it be fine than to not do it at all. And I think that's the hardest part, is just showing up even when you don't feel 100% and just doing it anyway. Because I don't even think I would have started this whole channel. It's scary to put stuff of yourself out there, but it's better to just do it and let it be what it is than to not do it at all. That would be my take.
Boom. I honestly echo big time what Alexa just said. I agree. It's like you're never gonna feel ready. When I made my Broadway debut, it wasn't like, and now I'm ready to make my Broadway debut. It was like, what? What are you talking about? You know? And so you have to show up and fake it till you make it. And you realize everyone is doing that. Get out of your own way. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge what you're doing. Put your art out into the world. We're all here because we were born with that inside of us, right? We're born with this gift that we need to get out and into the world. So get out of your own way. Don't worry about what, is stopping you in here. And then also don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about any naysayers or, I need to fit in this box because that's what everyone else is doing. That's also not what we're here on this earth for, right? Like in the grand scheme of all of it. So yeah, and on the days when you're not feeling good, you just put on a little extra lipstick. That's what I do. I just put on more makeup and I show up, and and again, say yes, show up and go for it. I always say go for it 110%. I would rather fall flat on my face. I'd rather go for it and fall and make a fool out of myself than having never have stepped out and actually really gone for it.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. We have some time for maybe one more question if anyone has. If they want to give a wave, Jessica, I'll let you pick.
Kieran, am I saying your name right?
Yeah, you are. Hi guys. So you were talking about like moments earlier. So I was just wondering, what was your like favorite moment, I guess like in any show or a chorus line or that like I don't know, just like your favorite moment where you're like, I'm in the right place, you know?
Oh, yeah. I have a few. I definitely think Val in a chorus line was that moment for me. The stars aligned. That was my dream show. That was the show when I was like 11 years old. I was singing tits and ass in my bedroom. Sorry, can I say that? I did.
Yeah, yeah.
You know the show. We all know the show. And so that was my dream part. And I was so I couldn't believe they were considering me for a cover. And if anybody wants to watch this journey, there's an amazing documentary that was made called Every Little Step about the casting process of the Broadway revival of A Chorus Line. And it's just something really, really cool to kind of get an insider view of what that process looks like. But I was being considered for a cover, and my mind was blown at that at I think 18 I was at the time. So when I got the call that I'd be playing that role, it was a moment of like, oh wow, like I can do this. I remember my mom was always really, really supportive and was like, go for it. I believe in you. You're going to be on Broadway. You're going to fulfill your dreams. And my dad was like, do you want a plan B? Do we want to think about what else to do? And so when that happened, I remember him looking at me like, oh, you did this. You did that. Like, and having that from my dad was huge. And then doing the show, getting the lap, like it's so scary to be, and you're gonna know what this is about, Alexa, because this is like your thing, comedy, doing that monologue and doing the number in the room where everyone, you've got all of the creatives watching and no one is laughing, right? Because we've heard it 110 times already. I think the feeling of getting to San Francisco, which is where we did our out of town, and getting on stage and having the audience respond to me and going, oh, okay, like I can do this. That was a moment I'll never forget. And then it just, getting just better and better from there. And then, finally stepping foot on a Broadway stage, playing that role. Yeah, those are 2 years that cemented my place in theater.
Awesome. All righty. It is now time to introduce our first singer of today, which is Amira. Hi, Amira. Oh, wait, just say hi again.
Ooh, hi.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Amira.
Awesome. I'm going to spotlight your video. There we go. So now everyone should have Amira on their screen. Hi, Amira. How are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Is there a way for you to maybe angle the camera a little bit more downward so we could see some more of you? Perfect. There we go. Yeah. So feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then if you could tell us a little bit about the song that you'll be singing, maybe the show that it's from, and kind of where the song fits into the plot.
Okay. So my name's Amira. I'm 10 years old. I love musical theater. I love performing. I love singing. I love dancing. All that stuff. I'm going to be singing In My Dreams from Anastasia, and it's the point where she meets Vlad and Dimitri. That's the point of the song in the show.
Awesome. Alrighty. Do you want to do a quick sound check?
Sure. One sec. Okay. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Whenever you're ready.
Here. It's starting. They said I was found by the side of a road. There were tracks all around. It had recently snowed. In the darkness and cold, with the wind in the trees. A girl with no name and no memories but these. Rain against a window, sheets upon a bed. Terrifying nurses whispering overhead. Call the child Anya, give the child a hat. I don't know a thing before that. Traveling the back road, sleeping in the wood, taking what I needed, working when I could, keeping up my courage. Foolish as it seems, at night all alone in my dreams. In my dreams, shadows call. There's a light at the end of the hall. Then my dreams fade away. But I know it all will come back one day. I dream of a city beyond all compare. Is it Paris? Paris. A beautiful river, a bridge by square, and I hear a voice whisper, I'll meet you right there in Paris. Paris. You don't know what it's like not to know who you are, to have lived in the shadows and traveled this far. I've seen flashes of fire, heard the echo of screams, but I still have this faith in the truth of my dreams. In my dreams, it's all real, and my heart has so much to reveal. And my dreams seem to say, don't be afraid to go on.
on the Zoom, since we can't really hear anyone, we kind of just do crazy fingers in front of the screen. Oh my goodness, Amira, oh my gosh. So for anyone who's kind of new to these master classes, the singer will sing. I'll start with a little bit of feedback, mostly kind of just technical things that I see, since that's kind of just a lot of my training, and then I'll pass it along to Jessica. Amira, you have some voice. Oh my goodness. And the thing that I love about it is that you were so aware of, you have so much power in your voice, and yet you were fully aware of when you were kind of not holding it back, but how there were certain places where you knew, I don't need to sing any louder than what I'm doing right now, you know? And I think that a lot of the times people just want to go straight to that 10, and you did an excellent job of, which is hard to do, of starting at maybe like a 4 and then building up to 5, 6, until you get to that big moment, which made it so boom, amazing. I'd work a little bit on the sort of swaying back and forth that I'm seeing a little bit. If it's part of the character's choice, if you can look in the script and be like, this is why I'm moving here, and you can back it up by things in the song, by all means, totally do it. But I think there were a couple of times where it was swaying maybe more out of just having a lot of energy and not knowing exactly where to put it. I would encourage you to maybe try to take that energy and place it maybe into the floor to feel even maybe a little bit more grounded there. In the beginning especially, you were taking a lot of breaths, and I don't think you need that many breaths. I think that you can actually find a little bit more of a line, especially in the beginning, where I think it's what are the first couple lines that you sing in the song?
The first one is, they said I was found by the side of a road. There were tracks all around. It had recently snowed.
Okay, yeah. And those happen pretty close together. And so you did take a breath in the middle there and a breath in whatever the next phrase is, which again is fine. I'm not going to be super picky, but I know a lot of the teachers that I work with, if you don't have to take a breath, are usually saying, why would you take one? But again, I'm being really nitpicky. I thought you did a fantastic job. This is not an easy song, and you made it look very easy. So I really applaud you for that. You have a very bright future ahead of you in musical theater.
Thank you.
Yeah, girl, if I was wearing a shoe, I would throw it at you. But from here down, I'm quarantined, Jessica. From here up, I'm business. It was so beautiful. I actually like got a little choked up for a second. This is not a song that I don't know Anastasia. I didn't get to see it. I was actually in Hello Dolly while we were running at the same time. It's so beautiful. You sound incredible. I think along the lines of just being aware of your body, and I don't know what it is in the show, but I would just say, don't be afraid to move your arms at any point, if that's what you're feeling. And again, if it calls for it, I felt like you were a little bit stuck in your movement. I loved seeing all of those moments when you were taking in that finding the story and uncertainty. Those are the moments that sucked me in to like, what is she going through? I think any of that you can incorporate all the way through. It started to creep in as your nerves started to settle. It was happening more right towards the end of the song. So I love that. Like, there's a part where you say, probably for the first time, Paris, that really started to sink in for me. Yeah, I just thought it was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome, right? Time check. Okay, so we do have a little bit of time. Jessica, is there any place in the music that you think if we went back to maybe try out a little bit of these adjustments?
You know what? I would love to see it. I think the top.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So right from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just to the end, or like cut somewhere?
Yeah, I think probably to like the middle, because I felt like you were starting to fall into that pocket in the middle. And also just remember, along the lines of what Alexa was saying about the voice was so beautiful and you didn't push anything. But there are moments where I think you even could sing less, where that you're feeling that story. Do you know what I mean? And especially in the beginning, because you want us to take that ride with you. So so paint that picture a little bit more at the top.
Okay. Here it is. window sheets on a bed. Terrifying nurses whispering overhead. Call the child, Anya. Get the child a hat. I don't know a thing before that. Traveling the back road, sleeping in the wood, taking what I needed, working when I could, keeping up my courage, foolish as it seems, at night all alone in my dreams. In my dreams, shadows come, there's a light at the end of the hall. Then my dreams fade away, but I know it all will come back one day.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So nice.
Oh yeah, I can't believe you just took everything that we said and just completely ran with it. That was incredible. I still encourage you even more to, especially if you have the sheet music, go in and actually write in your breath marks so you have it right in front of you, and it can be something that you can even just visually see and not have to, just have it up in your head. But I loved how I felt like in the beginning you really made more of a line of the sentences, and it worked so well. You just have such natural talent, and just
Thank you.
whatever the word is, the word for when you just oh my gosh, when you know what you're saying. And oh my gosh, Jessica, you might have to help me out on this. when in acting, it just comes like very naturally. You just connect very well with what the line is and you just run with it.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Anybody?
Okay. It's okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. The fangirling has now commenced where I lose my train of thought.
You're
Okay.
perfect. You lived it, and it was just so beautiful to watch you take that in. And there was even a moment of you when you stopped singing, and I loved seeing you fill that space. That was really good. It wasn't like, and now I'm waiting to sing the next thing. You were painting that picture. It was absolutely lovely.
Beautiful.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Great job. Great job, Amira. Please let us know if you have any accounts or anything you want to shout out, any upcoming performances.
Not much. Yeah.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, thank you again so much. You did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Okay. Singer number 2, we have Justin. Hi, Justin. Woo-woo.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. I'm both a mix between nervous and excited at the same time. This is
Sounds
just
good.
2 master classes on Zoom this week has just been absolutely amazing. I just had a first master class with a Broadway professional named Chuck Wagner. He played the Beast on Broadway. He was the original Rapunzel's prince. He helped me prepare for an audition for my high school for Beauty and the Beast, and the Beast is the role that I want to go for. So coming to this class is just an absolute dream come true. Alexa, I'm such a huge fan. Your account and all on TikTok is just absolutely amazing. And Jessica, I've watched some of your stuff on YouTube and on Instagram. You are such a talented performer. I was just astonished. I don't know how else to describe my thesaurus words, but I'm just extremely happy to be here.
Oh my gosh. Oh, good vibes all around. Well, we are so excited to hear you. Thank you so much for those kind words. So please feel free to let us know even a little bit more about yourself, maybe any past training you've had or whatever you want to tell us. And then a little bit about the song that you'll be performing.
All right. So because I'm Justin. I go to Penridge High School. I'm a senior, and it's in Percy, Pennsylvania. Musical theater runs in it runs in my whole family, but three out of the 4 people, including myself, perform. It's my dad, my sister, and I. All 3 of us perform in lots of shows. My mom just just watches the shows and just loves them. Some previous lessons I've been taking. I took lessons with this one guy. His name was Brian. I had like lessons with him like every Sunday. And they were pretty good days. But then ever since like when COVID hit, I only had one virtual vocal lesson with him. Then several weeks had passed by, and I had no clue what was up with him. So we got a new vocal teacher, and his name is Ben. And he just gave and a lot of like great techniques, and he was like very flexible on like song choices. Like he would let me decide, or he could give the suggestions to me and I would decide. And since then, that's like basically where I've been like taking lessons. I barely take any acting lessons. I think this Monday was the only acting lesson that I kind of took. And I take two types of dance classes, technique and tap. I have both on the same day. I have them every Sunday. So other than that, that's my musical theater like teaching or lesson things going on. I will talk about the song that I will be singing. I will be singing Run Away With Me from the Unauthorized Autobiography of Samantha Brown, which today is now known as The Mad Ones. Now here's what I'm going to explain a little bit. So this was a song that my vocal teacher suggested for me. It was the first thing, and I just like clicked on it, and it was the video of when Michael Arden, who was the original Quasimodo in the stage version of Hunchback, sang the song. And I had no clue what the song's about. I had no clue what the show was about. But when I like listened to the song, I was just like so impressed by this song, and I just fell in love with it immediately. And I decided, you know what? I love this song. Let me just learn it, because if it fits like right around my range area. Then I was trying to do a little bit of like research on like what like the show was about, what the song was about, and stuff like that. And it took a really long time to realize that it was basically a show. First, it was named the very long title, The Unauthorized Autobiography of Samantha Brown. It's about this 17-year-old senior. Her name was Samantha Brown, who experienced her best friend sadly getting into passing away in a car accident. So then later on throughout her life, she's like learning how to drive, and she's getting like a little bit nervous because she experienced what happened to her best friend. And in the song "Run Away With Me," this is sung by her. I think it's her boyfriend. His name is Adam. I think this is like occurs around the end of the show, and this happens before Samantha takes her tests. And in the song, Adam is just like asking him to like run away with him, and just like they could just like live together. He's like confessing his love to her, and there was like a part where in a song where he says like how he's trying to reference how he's the Romeo and Samantha's the Juliet. But the thing is, Samantha read Romeo and Juliet. She knows what happens in the end, but Adam did not read it. So that's what kind of like what the song is about. It's basically a love confession to someone.
Awesome. Do you want to do a quick sound check?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me just connect it to my Bluetooth thing first. That was so unprepared of me. Good Lord.
You're all good. No worries.
Thank you. All right. So it just like gets really bit quiet in the beginning, and then it'll just like build up a bit and then just die back down. So let's see if this works. You guys hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Right, cool.
Whenever you're ready.
Let me just take a sip. My throat feels so dry. Here we go. Let me catch my breath. This is really hard. If I start to look like I'm sweating, well, that's because I am. I'm not good with words. but that's nothing new. Still, I have to try to explain what I want to do with you. With you. Run away with me. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Texas in the summer is cool. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. Sam, I know it's fast. I'm in love with you. Sam, it's crazy, but Sam, I'm crazier for you. I have these plans, Sam, I have these plans of a house that we build on a bay when we run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Alabama heat, sign me up. We'll be on the road like some country song. Won't be long. Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. I'm not trying to make you a wife here. I'm not trying to tie you down. I'm just saying there might be a life here, a new one, as soon as we run, just as soon as we run. Run away, let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready, Sam. Let me be your ride. Run away with me. California dreams, here we come. Romeo's calling for Juliet. Ready, set, Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Say the word and I'm already there. Run away with me.
Woo! Oh my gosh, what? Okay. Okay. Justin, from the minute that you began this song, I already knew it was going to be amazing. There's something so charming about just everything about you and this whole performance. It's so genuine, and your voice is incredible. I mean, I was like, it got to the point where I was really almost looking for things that I could really like. You're doing everything right. Basically, you're relaxed. You know kind of when it's time to move around and when it's time to kind of park it and bark it. Your breaths are really outstanding. I know even sometimes with me, especially in a song like this where it's I can get a little come on, and it's a bit shallow, but you were able to really stand your ground, make sure that you were really, really connected. I felt like you were completely connected with your vocal mechanism the entire time. The only thing, and this might be a little bit of sort of an acting thing, but so especially in classical singing, there's this huge thing about having a smize, kind of smiling with your eyes, and no matter what you're doing, it's this constant sort of lift from here up, where this can be completely down and relaxed, but there's just a lift and an energy that happens in engaging this part of your face, and I felt like you were really, really great at having this for a majority of time, but I think there were a couple times when you kind of let it go, and I think it might be in parts where you started maybe not so much thinking about the person you were talking to and more about, okay, I gotta make sure I'm hitting this, or I gotta make sure, kind of taking a step back out of it, where I think I saw this drop, and in lieu of that, I think it maybe fell back a little bit more, as opposed to you kind of keeping it more in that forward place, especially during those notes, which you did phenomenally. Again, I'm just getting a little bit picky. And I think also, how So I don't want to get too much into acting, but I think that the smize can also just work because there were a couple times when, you're talking about this idea of running away with this person that you love. That's such a happy, crazy, energetic, young boyish kind of thing. And there were a couple times where it was like very serious. It was like run away with me. And it almost got a little bit like run with me. And I think that you can, especially just knowing the kind of person you are from you just talking for the short period of time in the beginning, you're very you're just very relatable. You seem like a very happy, bubbly type of guy. And so I think that incorporating a little bit of that into the song about making this idea of run away with me, that's a happy thing. And I think that there were a couple times when I would have liked to see you bring a little bit more of that as opposed to being like a bit more serious, which I felt like might have just been you carrying over that energy that you had from the beginning kind of into a majority of the song, as opposed to I loved everything you did in the beginning, but I'd love to see there be some sort of switch about like, no, this is going to be amazing and I need to convince you that this is going to be amazing. But again, that's a little bit of acting. I'm going to let Jessica kind of dive into yeah.
No, I echo everything you're saying again. Justin, that was so beautiful. I was so invested. I stopped writing and I was like, I should have popped popcorn because I was just like, this was my face the whole time. That was beautiful. I also love that I've never heard again this material and I'm hearing it for the first time. And it was just beautifully executed. I think this plays into what Alexa's saying. In the beginning, the first time, I mean, this is in the song is the first time you're saying run away with me, right? Mm-hmm. I want to see that moment land more. Like yes, you know the song, you know what you're about, and as you're a character, you know about or what you're about to say and ask her to do. We don't. And so that moment of finding that courage, and you did that so beautifully from the get before, like even your moment before. And so just taking that in and what that means to get that out of your mouth for the first time. And then bringing slowly bringing that joy in and again, painting that picture for her. This is what our life will look like. And this is something I have been sitting on and dreaming of. And now I'm sharing it with you and how good that feels to get that out. But it was just, I mean, and you sound incredible. You sound so, so good. When you opened up and your arms came out and you hit that note, I was like, yes, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't even there's really nothing I would even really have us go back and do. I think you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your talent with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was just an absolute I'm just so happy to be here. You have no idea.
Well, please feel free to let us know any accounts you want to shout out, any performances that are happening, anything.
Okay. So I can just first start off with some accounts. So I do have my TikTok account, Justin_Lampo3. And I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have a public one and a private one. I started creating my public one ever since I heard the fake news that TikTok was going to get banned. So I just saved that, and so I figured that maybe as time just went by, I just figured I would start posting some of the some performances that I'm about to do or something like that. So it's the public account. It's the same name as my TikTok. I cannot speak today. TikTok account. And some performances coming up. So this weekend, I have a showcase going on at my high school. I'm using this song, and I'm in 2 other songs. I'm in one song I'm doing a duet with someone, To Break in a Glove from Dear Evan Hansen. And the other one, somebody asked me if I could be their Schroeder for my new philosophy from Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. Tonight is closing night. Last night was opening night. I did film a couple of things, and it is being recorded. So I'm just debating whether if I should post the ones that are recorded on my phone or the ones that are recorded or that's posted online or something like that. And one last thing is that I have auditions for Beauty and the Beast at my high school next week, and it's on Wednesday. Day after that is callbacks, and Friday's when the cast list comes out.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Well, break a leg.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Amazing. You're gonna do great. Gonna
Thank you.
do fantastic. And thank you again for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I cannot think of anything else to say other than just thank you. You guys are absolutely amazing. Everything that you just said was like so helpful. I learned so much, and it's just thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course.
Thanks for performing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Alrighty, and our last singer number 3, we have Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh my goodness. I am good. I will sort of introduce myself and explain my training as I move this chair. Yeah, so I'm Emily. Hi. I'm 19 years old. I am currently a sophomore at Ithaca College, a BMO student, Bachelor of Vocal Music with an outside field in theater. I am classically trained, specifically chorally trained, which has its pros and cons, as I found out. So I've always done ensemble work, choral work specifically. I have done musical theater since about 7th grade. I've been doing productions, but never received any real training for that, and ended up maybe like performing pieces or playing some roles that vocally I should not have been. And because of that, it sort of had some effects moving into college. So now I'm being trained classically as a solo vocalist, and I'm still interested in musical theater, so this is a great opportunity for me. But yeah, I also, another thing I'm currently working on is with the pandemic and everything that 2020 has given us, I have developed TMJ, which is a whole new obstacle in itself. And so that's created some issues. So I think what I'm trying to do in these next few months and into like next semester at college is just sort of like get the ground back under my feet again and sort of feel like I can go forward in my studies and like get rid of the basic issues that I'm dealing with.
So TMJ, and I'm also just saying this because I actually don't know what exactly is. Isn't
I just secretly Googled. I was Googling.
Yeah, isn't that with
Okay, so
I think
it's a big fancy word. Basically, it's like jaw tension issues, but it also includes like jaw locking or clicking. Mainly, you can like develop it due to stress, but you can also develop it due to like it can occur from bad vocal technique, bad like speaking technique, and it sort of with the quality of voice coming out, one sort of works hand in hand with the other. And so it's a mix between, I'm calling it TMJ, but really like they work hand in hand. Speaking issues, just speech issues in general, and TMJ kind of are hand in hand with each other. But yeah.
Alrighty. And I also do just want to say that thank you so much to Emily, because we actually had one of our singers weren't able to kind of do it last minute, and so not to like, I don't know, shout her out, but Emily was my college roommate, and she is so talented, the sweetest person ever, and will literally do anything for me, including doing this right now. And
it's all right.
So talented and an amazing soul, and I just want to thank you for being here, even, you know, under the circumstances and everything. So please let us know, what will you be singing?
Okay, Alexa. I will be singing Sonya Alone from Natasha, Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. So Sonya's the one singing. And she's sort of singing to and about her best friend, Natasha. Now, Natasha has gone through this whole show with a lot of boy issues. And because it's set in a time like 1812, all of these things have happened with like these different men that she was in love with. And there was just such struggle that now it's like really affecting her and she's just not doing well mentally, and it's all like from Sonya's perspective, and all just talking about how worried she is about her best friend. So
awesome. Do you want to do a quick sound check?
yeah, let me see if this is still connected. It should still be connected to the speaker. Nope, it's not. 1 second.
All good.
Okay. Yes?
Yep.
It's a little quiet. Okay. Also, I do have to say that the only recording I can find is one of those where someone basically just took a recording from the Broadway like stage production and just sort of tried to erase the vocals. So you can, if you hear a little bit of it, we'll just ignore it. You know?
That's not me.
Yeah, that's not me. It's not a duet.
Yeah.
Hard as it is in the coming days, I watch my friend in her strange, unnatural state. Don't let her out of my sight. She trails off, stares at nothing, walks at random, and the letters come. She waits by the window, and I listen at the door, until one day I see by the sad look on her face, there's a dreadful plan in her heart. I know you are capable of anything. I know you so well, my friend. I know you might just run away. What am I to do? Who do I ask for help? Is it all on me? Is it all on me? But I will stand in the dark for you. I will hold you back by force. I will stand here right outside your door. I won't see you disgraced. I will protect your name and your heart, because I miss my friend. I know you've forgotten me. I know you so well, my friend. I know you might just throw yourself over, but I won't let you. I won't let you. It's all on me. And I remember this family. I remember their kindness. And if I never sleep again, I will stand in the dark for you. I will hold you back by force. I will stand here right outside your door. I won't see you disgraced. I will protect your name and your heart, because I miss my friend. Because I miss
I am crying in the club, Emily. Oh my gosh.
Alexa, stop. I love you.
You got me too, Emily. My head just kept getting higher and higher so the snot wouldn't come down. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard you sing in so long or perform. Your breath support is insane. Like, there were parts where I was like, is this girl even breathing? Because, like, I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't hearing anything. It was just so, you were so connected. And it's so hard to just be so vulnerable. And you were. And it was just, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I wrote. I just wrote down breaths. Wow. And the only other thing that I wrote down is, maybe if you were to think about the song like in like a character arcy type of way to kind of find where that moment is, and just in terms of it vocally, it was so beautiful and so free. And I do not want you to change like anything that you're really doing. I think that you're doing a fantastic job with whoever you're working with. It seemed very relaxed, like, and again, I'm sure that was probably what you were thinking about going into it, like relax. And especially for me, I know that like as soon as I have to relax something that's been tense for so long, I end up like getting emotional. Like I could just sit and like scroll through TikTok and be like, oh my God, like just chill, and then I'll start tearing because it's just like that feeling of like letting go. And I almost felt like we were seeing a little bit of that happening, and it completely worked still, just because it lends itself so well to the performance. But I think I would find you know, maybe some places where I'm sure, because again, I don't fully know the song too well, but in the song you're saying like, I'm here for you, I'm so, and I think that like if you were to have just said it the first time and have whoever you were talking to be like, oh okay, and really hear you, then that would be the end of the song and there wouldn't really be a reason to keep it going. So I would maybe find a little bit more of that oomph in like trying to let the person who you're talking to know exactly kind of what you're going at, and again, just vocally, not that like it's pushing or anything, but I think even just like opening up and just giving yourself a little bit more. I would trust yourself more because you're so good and so talented, and I feel like there were certain parts where I wanted you to go there and you were maybe like not exactly letting yourself go there. You completely can, and you completely should, because it was so good. And that's really all I have to say. I'm gonna pass it over to
I don't know if you just saw me. I was like signing everything you were saying because I was like, yes, that is what I'm feeling too. Yeah, I agree. Trust yourself. And I don't know if that's the choral mind happening. You're a star, honey. You got that star quality. So if you just step into that and you own that more, it was so beautiful. I was so enthralled. It was just, I believed you at every moment, and your voice is so stunning. But I didn't feel at any time that I got so lost in what you were saying. You know, when I started working on Music in the Mirror with Donna McKechnie, she used to stop me and say, stop dancing. Stop dancing, stop dancing. This isn't a dance. This is a story. You're telling a story through movement. Stop dancing. And it felt the same way. Like, your instrument is stunning. It's so beautiful. And I forgot that you were singing. I just got lost in what you were saying. And that is what it's all about. I'm just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
Oh my God. I literally, can I just say quickly that like in my high school drama class, we would watch that specific A Chorus Line documentary. Like I wrote a paper on that documentary for high school. Like, this is amazing. I love this.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, fantastic job. Again, there's not even anything I feel like I'd really want to, you know, redo or nitpick. It was so good and so amazing. Thank you for doing this and for being here. Please let us know any accounts you want to shout out, anything coming up, anything.
Well, when I'm not featured on Alexa's account in random background videos, I guess I'll just say my Instagram. My Instagram is at Emily D. Haake, Haak. And I post I haven't posted in a while, but I am hoping to start posting some singing things on there and sort of reach out to people and make connections over social media, because as my best friend and roommate have shown me, it works. It works.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Well, fantastic. Thank you again so much, Emily. Thank you to all of our singers. Thank you, Amira. Thank you, Justin. And of course, a huge finger round of applause for Jessica, our guest star. I still cannot even believe that this is, oh my goodness. When Grace Romanello, one of our past guest stars, I had reached out to her saying, do you maybe have any friends who would want to be on the show? And she was like, oh wait, so my friend Jessica said she could do it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at your Instagram, and even then it was like, wait, okay, chorus line, wait. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm so happy she connected us. I'm obsessed. I love Grace so much. Dead over. Yeah.
She's so sweet. She is so sweet. And so again, just thank you so much, Jessica. Oh yes, okay, everyone's reminding me I need to take pictures, for being here. It really truly does mean the absolute world. I know things are really crazy right now, especially in the performing arts world. So the fact that you would spend an hour of your time here with us helping to, you know, connect music and into quarantine, especially with theater, it really does mean the world. On behalf of everyone, thank you so much for being here and donating your time and being so wonderful and just a complete blessing onto this earth.
You guys, the next generation, like, we are in such good hands. Broadway is in such good hands, and I'm so excited to see you guys come up, and hopefully I'll play your like crazy sexy aunt someday on Broadway, you know, and just like,
yes, oh my goodness, yes. Alrighty, so before we leave, we're gonna take a couple pictures, and just so that the light's not hitting it in the back. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Alrighty, here we go. Oh wait, Jessica, so you're spotlighted. Just
am I in?
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yay! Okay, now I'm gonna take with everyone, and these will be up on my Instagram story. And then if you just want like even better quality, you could just message me and I will send it to you. Alrighty, now we got everyone in here. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Okay, well that just about concludes the masterclass segment of this Zoom. All the performers, thank you all so much. You were so fantastic and amazing. So what we are going to do now is the musical theater Kahoot. For anyone who doesn't know, these Zooms, well, they're obviously free to the public. Oh, also before I forget, thank you so much to my grandparents for being here. My grandma Sandy, I can see, is here, and also my my grandpa Zadie and grandma Banya. Actually, they might have left, but at least they'll see in the shouted them out. So thank you guys so much for being here. So these Zooms are free and open to the public, but to be able to host Zooms that are longer than 40 minutes, I have to get a membership, which is $15 a month, which is totally cool and fine. While I am a poor college student, we've been able to have some just really amazing people donate to help keep them running, and anyone who donates over $20 to help keep the Zoom running, I do just a video chat with them to thank them and tell them how thankful we are and grateful. But certain people just decided to donate and to pass it along to someone else who maybe couldn't necessarily afford the video chat. So we are doing this Kahoot to see who wins the free video chat. Emma Burton, I see you're here. She doesn't have her video on, but she's one of the people who donated. Brandon Burgett donated. Miranda L. Hobbs donated. So thank you guys so much. And for anyone else who maybe wants to help contribute, you can find the link right in the link tree of my TikTok or my Instagram. There are buttons that say help donate to Sing for Alexa Saturdays. So yeah. Alrighty, so I'm going to share my screen now. Please make your TikTok please make your username for it your TikTok username. I don't even really know what these questions are going to be. Also, this is not a mandatory thing. This is kind of just for fun. So no pressure to stay or anything. But yes, so let's see if, I'm also going to plug in my phone really quick, my computer really quickly, not my phone. Or it's not even my computer, it's my brother's computer. La 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 la. Sorry. Do 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 do. Okay, just to make sure it doesn't die. Okay, there we go. All right.
Excuse me, Alexa. Hold on. So I'm just I sadly I can't stay here for the Kahoot. But just before I leave, I was just telling some people at my school about the this masterclass, and a friend of mine wanted me to tell you that he's such a big fan of you. His name is Dax. So is it possible for you to give out like a shout out to him, like say hi or anything? His name is Dax. So yeah, could you give a shout out really quick before I leave?
Yeah, me or Jessica?
We're both of you. Both
okay.
of you is fine.
Okay. Hi, Dax.
Hi, Dax.
Hello. Hi. Me and Jessica here. I hope that you are having an amazing day and continue to stay safe, strong, and singing. Mwah.
Mwah.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
I seriously wish I could stay here for the Kahoot, but I just got some other stuff to do. So
Of course. You're all good. No worries.
thank
Great
you.
job today.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much. And
great
thank you guys so
job.
much for having me. Take care.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to host it. Please, again, just make your username your TikTok username. Okay. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Clarice. Feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. Be like, hi, it's me. And I I won the Kahoot, and we'll do our video chat together. So exciting. Alrighty, yeah. And time check. It is 2:18. I usually just hang on here until 2:30, answer any questions, hang out with you guys. And so just if you did want to hang around, obviously no pressure to, but that's just usually what I do. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun. Thank you again, woo, Michaela, for that amazing Kahoot. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for that. A couple other little announcements. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm partnering with the Averno universe, and we're writing a podcast musical, so definitely stay on the lookout for that. A lot of the songs that I post on TikTok where you guys are like, where's the full thing, when is it coming out, it's all connected to that project, so just keep your eyes peeled because that's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited for that. If you want any merch, like I see Ella actually wearing right now, she's wearing some of the merch. Oh my goodness. If you did want any of that, link is in my bio. If you want to send anything to my PO box, link is in my bio. Basically, the link to everything that you could want is just right there in my bio, my website. Sing for Alexa Saturdays, like I said, they are we're now just making them once a month, just because doing them every single week got to be a little crazy, especially with school. But it's also just dependent upon how many guests I am able to get on here. So yeah, hopefully, maybe once school ends, I think I have like a month more of school. Hopefully maybe we can make them happen more often. They're definitely not going to stop because I love doing them so much. But yeah, we just also want to make sure everyone's mental health is doing okay, especially with school, and at home it could get a little bit crazy. So yeah, thank you all for that. I think those are pretty much any announcements. And now I'm just more than happy to answer any questions anyone might have, or anything. And if you have any questions directed towards Jessica, as long as she's here, I'm sure she wouldn't mind answering any. If you do have any, or you could type them in the chat if you don't feel comfortable saying them out loud. You can give a little wave in front of the camera if you do maybe have something you'd like to ask. I see Boss Det. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So what's for you two, what's your favorite role you have ever done in a play?
Ooh, mine was probably Louisa in the Fantastics. I had been wanting to play her for so long, since I for one of my birthdays I went to the city and we saw it, and I just was like, before I get old, I need to play this role, like before. Oh my gosh, and I ended up playing it at 16 years old, and so I got to be like, I'm 16 and I like to touch my eyelashes, which I do, which is crazy. So that was probably my favorite role.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that show so much. Oh,
So good.
I want to see you in it. It's tough. I really, really like playing Charity in Sweet Charity, and I would love to do it. I was going to have an opportunity to play it in a regional theater, and I ended up getting something else. But it was the show that I did my sophomore year of high school, and if you don't know Sweet Charity, look up the show and the role of Charity Hope Valentine. It's an awesome show, choreographed by Bob Fosse. She's on stage the whole time, and it was the first time that I like really got lost in a character, and I felt like I lost me, and I just was experiencing the show, and it was just magic. I loved playing that part.
Wow, great question.
Yeah.
We actually have a question in the chat from Addison. Addison said, "Hi, do you have any tips on getting a strong mixed voice?" So, for me being from Jersey, everything's very forwardly placed. And so for me, it's a matter of like actually getting a little bit more of like sort of the fullness of my voice and not just letting everything go up and bang right out. So for me, the mix was a little bit easier to find just because it's just natural for me to place everything very forward. So I don't know if maybe Jessica can be more specific on that.
I think that that's literally my answer. Again, I was doing this because I'm from Jersey too. So where are you from?
I'm from Freehold, New Jersey, Monmouth County.
Yeah, I'm from Parsippany. That's like not even that far. There you
Oh
go.
my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Cool. I see Michaela waving. Hello, Michaela.
Hi again. So for Jessica, I'm gonna be like somewhat dance captain choreographing for the musical. So do you have any tips for choreographing?
For choreographing. Yeah, I really try to, I'm very musical, and I think what made the greats great, Michael Bennett, Bob Fosse, Jerome Robbins, is that every step was in the music. And something that I really appreciate, especially with choreographers nowadays, is when that stays true. So I kind of, and again, very story driven. So don't just do something, stand there. So if it's driving the story, thinking about what movement can do that, and then also making it truly musical.
Awesome. We have another question from the chat. Emma Burton said, "Hi, I'm in the car, but I just wanted to say, Jessica, I admire you so much. I was wondering, do you have any pre-show warm-ups that you do?"
Hi. Oh, thank you for this message. I do. I like to do a lot of stuff at home. I don't like to do a lot of stuff at the theater because I feel like I get overwhelmed with people and with, stuff that needs to happen with whatever, wigs, costumes, yada yada. So I usually do my makeup at home because I feel like it's my quiet time and it's my time to get up so that I'm already getting in the mindset of I'm about to go to work and do this show before I've even left my house. And then it depends on the show that I'm doing. If it's a much more vocally demanding show, I will focus on that. And I usually lock myself in a bathroom in like the corner of the theater and do my warm up there. If it's a dance heavy show, I will put on like my big garbage pants. I don't know if you know what those are. Those like sweatpants that like lock in all the heat. And I'll go down to the stage as soon as it's open, and I just start doing my warm up. I do a lot of like jumping jacks. I like to get my heart beating, and I really like to feel like I'm sweating before I have started the show. Yeah, those are my warm up traditions.
Nice. Another question from Michaela. Do you have any pre-show rituals as a cast?
Ooh, as a cast. It depends. If it's for a show like a chorus line, it was written in like the chorus line Bible, and encouraged that we don't really speak because we are in the final callback for the Broadway show. And a lot of us don't really know each other in the context of the show. And we are really supposed to treat each other kind of beforehand like we would treat the characters if you knew people. So most of the people in the show, like when I'm playing Cassie, would have not spoken to me because I don't think I would be able to speak to like Elizabeth Parkinson or whoever that star is in my mind if I went to an audition, right? So I feel so alone whenever I'm doing my like pre-show for a chorus line. I'm like in a corner, focusing on my role, but we really do, we kind of stay separate. But then, depending on the show, like for Hello Dolly, it was like a party all of the time. And I have to say, this is terrible, but the pre-show tradition for Dolly was eating all of the candy that we could get our hands on. Like all of the like Sour Patch, jars and jars and jars of Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, that was our tradition. So we would just come into the room every day with like a different bag of the, candy, just lots of candy.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Honestly, goals. So a question that I want to ask for you, being a fellow Jerseyan.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with allergies? Because I know everyone kind of has their own little, things to do. And I feel like I'm still kind of trying to figure out what works for me. It's almost like it's just so weird and strange, especially now with the weather. I mean, it's kind of like at the rear end of it, but whenever the weather changes and all of a sudden it just gets really crazy. And are there any specific things that you do to help cope with those allergies?
I have allergies pretty bad, and I have tried to take like the Zyrtec and stuff. It's so drying, and I also feel crazy. So I stopped taking all that. Did you experience this?
Yeah.
And so I stopped taking all that stuff. I'm a big believer in neti potting and just like keeping all of the stuff, out of there and off the cords. I'm a huge believer in, of course, humidifier, and I have my personal steamer and that kind of stuff. But also specifically for allergies, I have problems a lot when I go to a different theater. So if I'm doing a show in like Vermont, or I'm going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and all of a sudden I turn up at the theater and like whatever is happening in that area hits me so hardcore. And so I'm a honey girl. If I can get local honey from wherever I'm about to do that show, I feel like I'm able to kind of fight I will still experience it, but it won't be as bad.
That is so cool. That's actually something that I forget who I was talking with, but actually I think it was my voice teacher from Ithaca College, where she told me to get local honey. And I did, and I feel like it kind of worked. It's not as bad, but that's so interesting because I never thought about that, on tour. I'm sure that every single place has its own new slew of things that you got to deal with. So that is so neat. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Wow. Okay, I think that is gonna just about wrap it up, as it is coming to be 2:30. Again, Jessica, I cannot even tell you how grateful and thankful I feel, and on behalf of everyone else, for having you be here and sharing your time with us. And you are just so incredibly sweet and amazing, and no wonder, probably just an absolute pleasure. And I just thank you so much for being here. It means the absolute world. And oh my gosh, I can't believe I completely didn't. Okay, Jessica, please let us know any upcoming projects, any social media accounts, anything, and more specifically for anyone who, I don't know if you offer teaching or lessons, if someone wants to get in contact with you, where they can go and do that.
So I am really good about any kind of conversation or contact through my Instagram. So it's at Jessica Lee Golden. And I would love to hear from you. I love working with students. I've been teaching since I can remember. I think I was 15 when I started teaching, and I love passing it on, and I believe that's what it's all about. And it's incredible. Alexa, you're amazing. This is incredible that you have provided this, especially in this time, because we want to make sure that you guys stay excited and ready for when the world opens up to you. So you're incredible, Alexa. But yeah, so at Jessica Lee Golden, you can follow whatever's coming up next for me, and please DM me at any time.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Definitely everyone go get lessons, because Jessica is an absolute queen. Thank you all again. Okay, I'll sing my little goodbye song now. It's so funny because the first time that I went live on TikTok, it seemed so crazy and foreign to me, and just to say goodbye felt weird. So we came up with a little song, and now I get yelled at if I don't end one of my lives or Zooms with it. So here we go. I'm sorry to let you know I really have got to go. Drink water so you're not sick. I love you. Love, Alexa-Chalnick. I love you all so much. Thank you again, Jessica. Everyone, please keep staying safe, strong, and singing. I will upload all the pictures to my story, as well as, some more just reiterating ways to contact Jessica so everyone can book lessons. I love you all so much. And yeah, just take care. Keep staying safe. Bye.
Bye, guys.